All right, we're here at the Paradigm Training Center with Reed here in Houston on Highway 59. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got started into combat sports.
Okay, so my background is in wrestling. I started wrestling in high school and continued and wrestled in college. And I moved to Houston in 2009, and that's when we started Paradigm. It was really started as a wrestling club because we recognized there really was not a lot of wrestling in Houston at that time. So we started as a wrestling club, and over the years, bit by bit, we've grown into other combat sports. We started a boxing program, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. We do mixed martial arts. We have a fitness program. But yeah, it all started with wrestling for me.
Where are you from originally?
I grew up in San Diego.
Okay.
But I've been almost half my life in Houston.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your amateur career as a wrestler. I'm going to guess you probably wrestled in college, or you had probably a pretty successful career.
Yeah, I was state champion in Virginia, actually. I was at a private school in Virginia for high school. And then went on and wrestled in college at UC Davis. It was a Division I program at the time. Unfortunately, since that time, they've dropped the program. But yeah, it was a good time to be involved in wrestling in California. I had a lot of teammates who went on and did big things in mixed martial arts, and so it was a lot of fun.
What is it that you enjoy about it that has kept you in it for all this time?
I'd say it's the benefits off the mats. It's what it does for your character in terms of setting goals and working hard to accomplish those goals, overcoming obstacles, all the things I've learned through wrestling. And that's really what we try and do here at Paradigm. Our mission statement is to help our athletes be champions in life. So it extends well beyond the mat, and that's what we're trying to do.
And again, give me a little bit of an idea of what all some of the programs and classes are that you offer here.
Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, strength and conditioning. I think that covers it.
And you have a lot of young kids. Parents seem to really like to bring their kids in here. And what do they tell you about some of the reasons why they bring their kids in here to do this kind of thing?
Well, it's a healthy lifestyle. You're exercising and you're around a community of people that are passionate about hard work and self-improvement, so it's a very family-friendly environment. But yeah, I think about what other things kids could be getting into after school, whether it's playing video games or watching TV, and this is a much better place to be spending your time.
Yeah, and you obviously have branched out quite substantially from your original start. You've got a lot of merchandise here. It looks very, very professional here. Tell me a little bit about, as we mentioned, the transition from wrestling to, say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a ground game. Because I know it's counterintuitive. As a wrestler, I did a little wrestling myself, although I was mediocre at best. But it's counterintuitive to fight off your back as a wrestler. That's the last place you want to be, but it's a big part of doing jiu-jitsu. Tell me a little bit about that transition and how you made that personally as someone who, I guess, does it to some extent and can teach it.
Yeah, well, like you said, I had to go through the transition myself, and I had all the natural resistance, like you described, being uncomfortable on my back. But I just had to have an open mind towards jiu-jitsu, and I think it's very humbling when you think you're a very good wrestler and then a jiu-jitsu guy ties you in a knot and you say, okay, there's something to this, I have to learn. So I just had that open-minded approach, and I've earned a black belt in jiu-jitsu now, and my style, I combine wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I still prefer to play on top, but I've gained a lot of skills from learning jiu-jitsu as well.
And tell me a little bit then now about just going forward, what your vision is for the center here, and what, if any, changes or plans you have for the near future.
Well, I think what sets us apart is we have a very sport-focused approach. So I don't know of any other mixed martial arts gym that has like a purely competitive wrestling program, a competitive boxing program, a competitive Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. So we're developing athletes in each one of these sports and competing at a high level in each one of those sports. And so then when you think about our MMA or mixed martial arts program, those guys are benefiting because they get to train with high-level boxers, they get to train with high-level wrestlers. So it's a little bit of a different approach, I think, from a traditional mixed martial arts gym where it's more of just people are well-rounded and they do a little bit of everything. we're really focusing on those specific combat sports.
Fantastic. Reed here at Paradigm Training Center. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, and best of luck to you and your crew going forward.
Thanks so much.